Now, even though I've played baseball games my entire life, one thing I've never done is played through an entire season, all 162 games, but today we are going to change that. Today is the day in which our long journey through all these months of playing all these games finally comes to an end as we finish it with the final game of the season. And as you could probably tell by the record there, I, it was a landslide. It wasn't even close or anything. Um, and that's because I'm not, doing this to seem like I'm good, to, you know, seem like the most amazing baseball player. I think most of the people who seek out these kind of videos and watch them could probably beat me in an online match. Um, Admittedly, the difficulty has gone to all sorts of different places. Some days playing on easy difficulties just to have a chill game session while I listen to music or something like that. Other days playing competitively to try and, milk the most out of the game and have a challenge. But it was a goal, and it was a bit of a grind. It's something I've never done. For the past 8 years or so, I've probably played MLB The Show every single year. And 5 out of those 8 years, I've probably tried to play through a whole season and then cut off at about the halfway mark. The All-Star break is where I usually stop. But I kept progressing. I kept going forward. I'm not gonna lie, about here in the September area is where I kind of hit my wall and I had to push myself through. And alone, it's probably been a month for these last 2 weeks to finally get through them. But here we are, and today we will be able to say it's been complete. And this video is just being made to document that, and I'm also hoping to put a video together for the playoff run too. But I'm excited to end this journey, and without further ado, let's play through the final game. I'm going to just put some highlights up here shortly, and we'll go over all the ridiculous stats that we managed to put together. But let's dive in and put a beating on Atlanta in Atlanta. I also want to state for the record, I played pitcher, I played all of the positions, just like I'm doing this right here. At no point did I do a player lock or anything like that. I legitimately played every single game. And it was quite the grind. I think going forward, this is something I will probably never do again, especially as I have kids and continue to build my family and stuff. But it was an experience, and I'm excited for it. It was cool to play with characters. Players like C.J. Abrams and James Wood from the developmental territories, and trade for Vladdy Guerrero Jr. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a sec. Let's dive straight in. As you can see by the record, the pitchers' records and everything are all going to be ridiculous. I think this is Mackenzie Gore's last chance to push for the Cy Young, because Strasburg is easily winning it right now.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. All set to bring you MLB The Show's Game of the Week.
From start to
This is our last chance to pad the stats a little bit as we close out the season.
And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Luis Garcia! Hasta la vista, baby!
That's gotta feel good.
That's what I'm saying. This is the chance to pad the stats before they get out of here. There's a couple of the words that are super close, but there's also a couple of them that are just a runaway. I think Luis Garcia is in a contention for one of them, so every stat he adds puts him possibly one step closer to it.
A guy known for line drives hits one over the fence.
Well,
yeah, known for live drives. He's actually the double machine. He leads the league in doubles.
You know what?
Swing and a ball hammered left
that's
field.
not what we wanted. Acuna, we've been shutting him down the whole series so far, so he was due, but I hung that one.
Good at getting his arms extended.
Pulls that one foul.
See if we can get Victor Robles his last home run of the season. He's right on 19. Let's even it out at 20.
Line drive,
Not quite.
base
We can send
hit.
somebody in though.
Coming home. He scores for 2 now. And a pitch. Swung on,
Ooh,
belted.
get out of here,
That's
baby.
back.
Add it to the total.
And it's
Add it to the total. Let's pad those stats, Vladdy. Let's see if we can get to 60.
His 5th 58th home run of the season. And they add on.
58.
It's
60's looking
5-2.
real nice. We got plenty of at-bats to go.
When a
With
guy's
how
got
things
a
have
real
been
hard
going.
fastball, you can't
Ooh.
overswing. All you
Goes down
Ooh,
looking.
get torqued.
Struck him out
Get
looking.
torqued.
if you're
This is a
smart,
mistake. This pitch
look for
never
something down in the
strikes
zone,
anyone
but
out.
not too
And a
But it
swing
did that
and
time
miss
get
down
torqued.
on strikes. And a nice
Struck
inning
out the
of work
side.
there as he
3.
sets him down 1,
3
2,
and 3.
Braves go down quickly here, and the deficit
look at that,
remains
man.
5-2.
When you're pitching that good, when you're murdering it, there will be gore.
Liner,
Yeah,
base
CJ
hit.
Abrams on base. So you guys ready to see what he's been doing all season? His stealing is 13 for some reason, so he doesn't like to
The kick and the pitch.
make it all
Runner
the time.
goes.
He's just so fast
Strike
that sometimes
in
it's
there.
undeniable.
Throw, save.
Like
That's
that.
a stolen base.
when
Now
your
pop it
catcher's
up,
not a great
101.
thrower, you have to do up at third base in that situation. It just doesn't make any sense.
She goes, and I'm on the ground. I'm on the
There's a
ground.
swing and a drive.
I'm on the do-do-do. I told you, we're getting to 60. When you throw a
That'll
pumpkin
fire
up to
the
the plate,
dugout. His
that's going to
second
happen.
home run
Oh,
of the
we
game.
can't end it on
It's
59.
6-2.
We have to get
Took
that
on
one
the big
more.
part of the yard for that home run and just
Went
barely
yard.
got it over the wall. On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the
Robalese.
first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
Ozuna stands in now and watches strike one.
Robalese.
Hammers that one deep left
no.
field and forget it.
Freaking Marcelo Zuna, dude. I don't know what it is about him. But he's the
His
one that's been
23rd
giving me
of
the most
year,
trouble.
and
I'm
they
pretty sure
slice
that's...
into the lead. It's
He had
6-3.
20 going into this
That
series,
was
I'm pretty sure.
classic.
That's his third home run of the
Absolutely,
series.
no doubt off the bat.
Jamer Candelario digs in now. Pulled down the
Ooh,
line. This
candy.
one hammered, but it's foul.
Oh, dude,
Looks
no
like the weather could
way.
actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down
I
pretty
thought
good.
that was a home
Yeah,
run
it
for
is,
sure.
and it's not too
Because
bad
whenever I
yet,
hit it,
but
it was
the
going
field's
towards
not gonna be able
midfield,
to
so
hold
that was
on
a
if the rain gets
huge
any worse
turnaround.
than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's.
That one to first.
Oh, that's not how we wanted to end
He
that at
handles it
bat.
himself. Third out.
We were
that
kind of
ends the
having a
frame.
foul derby there.
Out there to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. The run comes in from second, and it's now a 2-run game.
Oh, no.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game. So
Do, do, do.
And he deals.
Do, 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 do. You just
And
got
down on
torqued.
strikes.
You
That's
just
his
got
second
torqued.
strikeout.
Everybody
Braves
knows
are
that
set
you just
down
got
1-2-3.
torqued. Oh.
They trail it here.
Got
6-4.
perfect aim. See, Archer on my back. Yeah, that's my last name. Oh! I'm
Tyler
the
Matzik will take
greatest
over on the mound.
rapper.
and we
Of
all know
all
about his
time.
slider. It's just not
Turned into a beast.
Oh,
one ripped
did we
left
get 60?
field. Way back there.
We got 60, folks.
Out of here.
When you're feeling it, you're
Vladimir
feeling it.
Guerrero Jr. goes deep. That's his third home run of the game. It's 7-4.
It's all right. He hasn't hit a home run
of
in
the
like
game.
2 weeks,
They
dude.
can't stop, and they
I was
won't
getting
stop
worried for a
hitting
second
home runs
there.
in this one, Boog. They're clear.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Sorry, Acuna Matata.
2 outs, base is
Oh,
empty.
gosh.
Here's the third.
Matata. You were supposed to swing and miss. Why don't you ever
2
just
outs.
swing and miss?
Spoils the 2-strike
hate
pitch,
him.
and he'll see another. Kicks and deals.
Problem-free philosophy. Acuna Matata.
Swing
There
and
we
a
go.
miss, struck him out.
Freaking Riley.
A great throwing arm. Step off the.
Rudder goes again. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to third. Save.
Now, if he
That
had
wasn't
gotten the one
close.
earlier, he would be
Very
tied
risky
with
right
CJ
there to
Abrams
try to
right
steal
now.
third with 2 outs and a left-hander at the plate, and there's an open lane for that catcher to throw down. But he gambled. Now he's at third, 90 feet closer.
Oh,
Now this one's
Gordon!
high and deep, way back
Was
there,
not
on
expecting
its
him
way
to get that
home.
one, bro. Launched it a mile.
He sends it out of here. His
Even though
ninth
that
home run of the
9
year, and they add to their lead.
It's an unappealing number
9-4.
on the stat sheet. We'll take it. Carl Edwards Jr., also known as Hardee's.
That
Oh,
one
I
is
shouldn't have said
absolutely
that.
belted. In one, hops off the wall.
Oh
Should
no,
be
what have I
extra
done? I ran
base.
the complete wrong
The
way.
throw in. Darno into second, and he's got a double.
4 right there. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. They won't risk the send. Runners at the corners now with one away. At first, one gone.
Ooh, got him.
I can't argue with that one.
Making
And
this
clearly he was
interesting.
looking for something else.
Pitcher may get
Anything but the
tired.
breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit. Sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Ooh, game over. All right, so let's go ahead and advance the day. All right, so the league leaders, as you can see, batting average across the board. That's what's going to happen if you play on rookie and all sorts of varying difficulties from time to time, and you play every single game. You're going to get what is known as video game stats, and that's exactly right here. We got the top 7 averages in the league, and Nick Gordon. That's why I said he might win an award this year, because he's the very tippy top of it. So he's probably going to win the award. Well, there is an award for highest batting average, so yeah. Hits, C.J. Abrams and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. both pass each here on the list, but C.J. Abrams walks away with the record. 268 hits. Good for him, man. Again, top 7. That's why we had such high averages and stuff like that. Not even the most at-bats. Vladdy is the only one that came close, so we'll take that. We'll take that video game stat. As I said earlier, Luis Garcia had the most doubles in the league, and it wasn't even close. He is Mr. Double, Mr. Two Bags, whatever you want to call him. Luis Garcia is number 83 doubles. It's got to be a record, right? Triples, we didn't get the tippy top, but C.J. Abrams got close, and Nick Gordon put his running in there as well. Home runs, as we expected, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is at the tippy top. But what I didn't let you know is that we had 2 guys resting on the bench, Franmil Reyes and Miguel Sano, who I picked up at a free agency. Franmil Reyes, I'm pretty sure we got him from the Cleveland Indians. They gave him, like, he wasn't even like the primary focus of the trade. He was kind of in the background. And the crazy part is, I'm pretty sure for like the first 2 months he was on our minor league team. So imagine how many home runs he probably would have had if we had him in the whole time. RBIs, we had Vladdy, James Wood, who I feel like should be Rookie of the Year, but probably won't be. Just these 3, and maybe even James Wood. Just people on base when they hit a home run. That's really all there is to it. This is the most impressive one to me. 105 RBIs, and he only had like 11 home runs. So, impressive. Runs, about what you would expect. There you go, if you want to look at it. Stolen bases, like I said, we got the top 2. C.J. Abrams just beat Victor Robles out 1 by 1. And this was a battle that was going off and on all season. Victor Robles had it early on. C.J. Abrams caught him, and then for like a good month there, it was going back and forth. Victor Robles just finally caught back up to C.J. Abrams, but it was a little too late. We didn't take too many walks because we pretty much swung at everything. I worked with sliders and difficulties and all sorts of other things to make sure they pitched in the zone most of the time. So I might have cheated on that a little bit. But like I said, this was more of a casual experience. I don't care if people think I'm good or not. On base percentage, it pretty much works with average to let you know. Juan Soto, good for him. Good for him, man. Slugging percentage, Vladdy at the tippy top, as you would expect. Luis Garcia below him, though. Hey. OPS. And then we go to pitching, which Trevor Williams, I don't think he's in the top 3 for Cy Young. I think Mackenzie Gore, Strasburg, and Josiah Young, or Josiah Gray. Why am I saying Young? Josiah Gray are the 3 that are competing for the Cy Young Award, but Trevor Williams has the most wins easily. Anytime he was pitching, he may have let up 3 runs at a time, but we always backed him up with plenty of RBIs, plenty of run support. Losses were also at the tippy top of this. The one on our team who had the most losses was Josiah Gray, and that's because, much like real life in this game, he lets up home runs like crazy. You think you're gonna blow a 100-mile-an-hour fastball by somebody, and then they just crank it out of the park. Saves, we were not at the top of the board, mainly because we didn't have too many save situations. Kyle Finnegan held it for the longest time until he blew a couple of saves in a row, and then we kind of lost our trust in him. So I let Carl Edwards Jr. be our closer for a couple of weeks there, while Kyle Finnegan's confidence came back up, and I put him in less crucial situations. ERA, Steven Strasburg, that's probably why I'm guessing he will win the Cy Young Award, which is good because of the retirement talk in real life. And even though that's kind of a sticky situation right now, I'm glad I was able to play through the full year in which he seems to be deciding to retire. Home runs allowed, as you can see there. There's somebody missing. And there he is, 22. So not too bad. Shutouts, Mackenzie Gore's there. I felt like Steven Strasburger was at the top. Strasburger. But yeah, he's just one behind Mackenzie Gore. He had it for the longest time. He got those 3 shutouts so quickly. This is another impressive stat. 307 strikeouts. Garrett Cole had 230. So we beat out Garrett Cole in the strikeout department. That's impressive. So did Josiah Gray, though. We got to give a shout out to Josiah Gray. Even though I dunked on him for a second there. He pitched very good this year. He was my favorite guy to use personally. Complete games is what Steven Strasburg was. Even if he would let up a run, Steven Strasburg has the ability to put on his game face and not let it get to him. It's why he was the World Series MVP in real life. And he also had the most innings pitched. Not in both leagues, but in our league at least. Walks allowed. We barely walked anybody. And I am convinced that a lot of these walks came from the bullcrap calls from the umpire, man. Like, some of these guys act like they've never umped a game before. And I feel like they try and, like, match it up. But the more you crank up a difficulty, because I typically pitch on All-Star / Hall of Fame, because pitching's something I'm actually really good at and confident in video games. And I feel like when you crank up the difficulty to Hall of Fame, it doesn't increase the actual difficulty. It just makes the umpires have more bullcrap calls. And that's why I'm playing on All-Star and just work with the sliders to get a happy medium. Pitching war, Steven Strasburg, not even close in either league. Vladdy, kind of the same deal, but Luis Garcia, dude, he just impresses me with these stats, even though I played him. You get what I'm saying, though. So those are the stats. And so that should give you a little bit of insight as we go into the awards. So, first we should probably, I'll show you guys the All-Stars. Unless I don't want, pretty much our entire team was an All-Star. I don't know if there's a way you could check from here, but Cy Young Award was one. Here, we'll just... So, most valuable player, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It was never in doubt. He was pretty much at the top the whole day. Like I said, though, because his dad was a Montreal Expo, I thought it was fitting to trade for him and have him lead us to the promised land. And he's been a treat. He's been my favorite batter to use easily, as you can see. We had ourselves a fun time. But yeah, the fact that Steven Strasburg was up here was also a pretty high honor, but with these stats, you just can't deny him. Then, of course, Cy Young, I don't think I showed it in the notification, but Steven Strasburg, the strikeout, the ERA, even though he didn't quite have the record to back it up, like, because Mackenzie Gore got 3 more wins than he did, he was a better overall pitcher, and the better overall pitcher should win the Cy Young, so there you go. Batting title was Nick Gordon because of his ridiculous average. No reliever of the war, of the year award, which I would have given to, even though he didn't get 52 saves, I would have given to Carl Edwards Jr. because the dude may not have pitched as many games, but definitely pitched more innings, got more strikeouts, I think, and had a lower ERA for sure. Then Cade Cavalli. I feel like it could have gone either way as far as this goes, but the 31 home runs and 134 RBIs, I feel I would have given it to James Wood, personally. Vladdy with the Hank Aaron Award, no Gold Glove. Keibert Ruiz was a runner-up for Gold Glove catcher. Luis Garcia was a runner-up for Gold Glove second base. Nick Gordon was the left field Gold Glove, as expected. Like I said, he was in top contention for sure. I feel like he had more assists than that. It felt like every other game he was throwing somebody out from the outfield for a while there. So maybe 9, but I don't know. I'm also surprised Victor Robles. I feel like he had more, we had a lot of thrown out from the outfield this year. And Victor Robles was another person. I definitely feel like it was more than 4 times, but obviously I'm wrong. Then, of course, Silver Slugger for Ruiz, Silver Slugger for Vladdy, Sano coming off the bench for the majority of the year, and he got injured for 2 months. So the fact that he made it on the list, kind of ridiculous. Sano was probably the guy I was the best hitting with overall. If I'm not mistaken, he played less games than Vladdy, less games than Franmil Reyes, and yet still was in competition with them. Franmil Reyes, for those who may not know, literally has like 89 power. Luis Garcia's Silver Slugger. Candy is the third base Silver Slugger. CJ Abrams wasn't the shortstop Silver Slugger? Is it because of the home runs? That literally has to be it. I guess the RBIs too. Franmil Reyes was the outfield Silver Slugger. Right behind him was Nick Gordon. James Wood won a Silver Slugger. Good for him. Nick Gordon somehow didn't win a Silver Slugger in spite of being on every single list. And then we obviously have the postseason and the World Series MVPs to make up for him, which we will play in the next episode. So, what an honor to finally finish 162 games. And if you want to see this adventure continue, maybe our next franchise mode that we play on this channel, we do a player lock for somebody. I don't know. I'm excited. And I'm feeling really good about this. So, join this journey with me, and let's make it a good one. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Torqued!